All right. Likutei Moharan.
I'm not ready yet. I'm sorry.
Okay, I can repeat that. Here's a repeat for performance for all the latecomers. Likutei Moharan, Torah Yud Gimel, Hashem. We hold him at Vav. So after we explained that the Chacham that breaks the Taivas moment, the lust for money, he's, when he does it completely, he's Zoche to Chesed, because he ameliorates all the Charon Af in the world, because greed is Avodah Zarah. So by eradicating Avodah Zarah, you eradicate Charon Af, anger from the world, dinim from the world. So he's Zoche to Chesed. If you take out the dinim,
but dinim only come through Avodah Zarah?
It says, Avodah Zarah ba'olam, Charon Af ba'olam. That's the, it's always, dinim come about, when there's a difference between tzimtzumim and dinim. Basically, the mechanism is the same. Dinim are tzimtzum, are constrictions that they have to compensate for some boo-boo. That see, what happens is as follows. When a person does an avera, there is a balance, a natural balance of chesed and gvura all the time. There'll be too much chesed, the world will stop existing. With too much gvura, will choke the world off. So there has to be balance, tiferes, between the chesed and the gvura, how much to give, how much to withhold, so the world can exist. We said that tiferes is a sphere of rachamim. That's the balance, that the gauge that balances, So the example that we gave about this is a baby's bottle. If you try to feed a baby with a pail of milk, it'll choke. Too much only chesed, it'll choke. Gvura means that either you don't give the baby anything to eat, or you're trying to feed it with a nipple that is clogged. That is okay. Rachamim is that the balance between how much to give and how much to hold back is commensurate with the ability of the baby, what the baby can receive. So not to give it too much, not to give it too little. Okay? Now, when a person, so naturally there's checks and balances in life. So balance. So many times when any surim belovon, the surim come from averas. So when a person does an avera, that is he's calling for correction, a correction action, a corrective action, like in the stock market, there's a high, whatever. There's a corrective. So basically, when a person, is mamshach an influx, dafka of chesed upon himself, where it's not megia, when it's not supposed to come. For instance, the ultimate hashpoah of chesed is, the union of a husband and wife. That's the ultimate. Now, what happens if a person chas v'chalila goes and is mashpia on a different woman? It's a big pgam. The chesed that he's giving, dafka because of the chesed, it's a big pgam. That causes a need for a great correctional reaction of dinim. So constriction is Tzimtzum is a must. Nothing happens without tzimtzum. I mean, if you are coming to a house and just behaving with chesed for yourself, I do whatever I want. I'm the master of my domain. I do whatever it is that I want. Nobody else counts. You're not giving anyone a chance to breathe. You're not giving anyone a chance to exist. And it's like many people like to control other people with anger. I'll scream long enough and hard enough, people say, listen, I'll give him whatever he wants or she wants, just so I shouldn't have a lochaka. It's kind of what happens is it totally disables relationship. In order to enable a relationship, you need to have constriction. In other words, you have to constrict yourself. Let the other guy or other girl breathe, for crying out loud. Let them express themselves. Not too much, not too little. It has to be, the constriction should be up to a certain point, because the minute that you constrict yourself too much, it becomes appeasement. You lose your voice. It's only the other guy, the other person, your wife or your husband or whatever. Okay. So it's always people have different kind of envelopes of comfort. Somebody is more comfortable with their spouses, calling the shots, and somehow they call the shots. It's okay either way. There's no principle involved in here. We're not living in an Arab society, where the man is supposed to be the man and the woman is supposed to be the dog. It's not. That's not what it's about. It's okay, whatever you're comfortable, it's fine. It's no problem. But nevertheless, there's a give and take. There's a game going on. Whatever. It's a game. I'm not saying like that it's fun and games. Games. It means like there's a play here. It's like some say it's a dance. That husband and wife. Many times bad habits are like that. If you remember, the wife will say to the husband, let's buy new furniture. I'm sick and tired of this old couch in the living room. And now the husband is in money crunch, whatever it is, there's other worries. So instead of saying this is, that's ultimately what the best thing to say, I think it's a great idea. Let's check the finances to see when we can do it, That will just be fine. But instead, he gets contracted and he says, I don't have money. Or, what do you think, I'm made of money? Why did he say that? Usually because he says, I'll tell her, we cannot afford it now. She's going to tell me, maybe yes we can, then we can do this, we can tashlumim, payments, whatever. It's okay. So, and I will tell this and she'll tell me that. And so the best thing is I'll already give her the fifth answer down the line. I have no money, or better, or what do you think, I'm made of money? That means controlling people with anger. You're trying to control her by being angry, that she will go like, so what he does to her, she comes and she says like, all you think is money, 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 money. Further, like insulting him. So he usually comes and says, you're just like your mother. It seems so. There's a dance that's going on, and during the dance, each one, by not giving chesed to the other, not giving, is causing a constriction, is constricted until they lose all their ability, all their talents. It's just like, a point against a point. You're the most awful person in the world against the other most awful person in the world, and like anger to the nth degree, and blah 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 blah. Dinim is when there's too much chesed, there's not enough constriction. You don't constrict yourself. You don't keep yourself off the things that you should be off. So there's a corrective measure. This is what is called dinim. It's much more complex than that, but basically dinim is constriction that just overabundance
of restriction.
Of constrictions. And they have to be sweetened. I'm talking dinim. That's a. So after we explained that the Chacham based Avas moment, he's zocher to Chesed, and then he's zocher to Das, to wisdom, and with this he uses to elevate the returns of the wills and wants of all the people that come to him. And he's causing the unification of the Kodesh Baruch Hu and the Shekhinah, of Hashem and the divine presence. And this brings about a revelation of Torah in the world. And when the Torah is revealed, Hashgacha is revealed. Okay. Now in Sivav, the Rebbe says how, you really have to search for somebody who is able to do this. It says, "Ach tzarich levakesh meod, velachzor chacham kazeh." You have to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a great deal, and search after such a sage, such a tzaddik. ולבקש מהשם יזברך שימצא למצוא חכם כזה, and ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu should be zocher to see such a chacham. שיקבץ הנפשות, that he should gather all the souls, בבחינת ולוקח נפשות חכם. And the one who takes nefashos is a chacham. V'yaleh oisam, and will elevate them. V'yered imam Torah, and he will bring down Torah together with them. Because such a chacham, he can rectify and elevate a person of all the blemishes, of all the titles. All the titles. This is what it says in the Likutei Moharan. It goes like this. All the days of the tzaddik is called day. This is from Likutei Moharan. All the days of the tzaddik is called day. This is when the main das in Torah that he bestowed upon us. And then after he passes away, then it becomes night. Then the gates of Gan Eden, of the Garden of Eden, have been plugged up, and the das was mistalik. But we still rejuvenate ourselves in the Torah that he bestowed upon us in the day, while he was still alive. Because the big tzaddikim, which are the aspect of Moshe, they continue to draw the Chidush Torah through the elevation of the nefashos, to bring up the nefashos. And then the Mamshech Torah from an incredibly exalted and awesome place, with such a fantastic seichel, that there's a koyach in the Torah to rejuvenate and resuscitate all the nefashos that will learn the Torah and be osik in the Torah forever. Because the revelation of the Torah was by bringing up nefashos. And with their great koyach, not only that they elevated the nefashos of the people that were there, they also elevated all the nefashos that will come. B'fchinas v'lo etchem levadchem, that Moshe Rabbeinu said. He says, but it's not only for you, but for future generations as well. She'omed itanu hayom, the one who stands with us today, asher einenu omed itanu hayom, and he who is not standing with us today, in other words, all the future generations. And they brought down such Torah with such kedusha that anybody who will be osik with in their Torah, that Torah will help him and will aid him to come out of his own personal darkness. That your words are like a candle, to my path, and a light to my road. It shows me where to go. Because by me, being oisik in the Torah, when you are oisik in the Torah and you chazer it, your nefesh is being mischadesh now b'fchinas ego. Now, when we are learning this Torah, our nefesh gets elevated right now, and it gets mischadesh b'fchinas ego. It gets rejuvenated, because this Torah, it originates from Aliyas Nefashis. It's Aliyas Nefashis mechanism. And when you learn it becomes in play. It becomes like you're turning on the machine. It's a machine that, being that it comes from that, it has that action whenever this you learn. And it comes from at least the nefashos of those that are here, those that will be. And this is Tom Makitov Sachal V'Chebelainano. And she tasted, and her merchant is good. Her candle will not be lashed out at night. It's Shir Shir. I mean, it's not Shir Shir. It's garlands, right? It's Eshes Chaim. No, this is go ahead. It's Mishlei. Shafilu Balayla. In other words, after at night. In other words, after the status of the tzaddik, his candle will never ever lash out until his schoira. In other words, his merchant, his Torah, is so good. Torah Makitov Sachar. He tasted because it's the schoira the tzaddik. The Torah tzaddik is so good because he brought about with his Torah such mentalities that the taker of souls is the Chacham. It's Ir Giborim La Chacham, a town of the mighty. The Chacham went and he brings down the Torah. This is Shinshel Gimel Roshin, Shinshel Daled Roshin. In the Tefillin you have V'chule, V'chule, V'chule. In Paparos it says, and through this the Torah has a koyach to shine and illuminate forever. Paparos says that not only, he says, because the main thing is to overcome and to surge ahead and mechazik yourself with tremendous ritzoynus, strong ritzoynus, to avoid Hashem and be mishtadel and try to rectify your nefesh as much as you can. Because the nefesh is the ratzon, is what you want. And then, once you do that, the koyach of the tzaddik is so great that he can be mechadish your nefesh l'toiva. You do what you can. It's a joke compared to, the other ones, or compared to what you should have been doing, and blah 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 blah. If you keep on doing what you can do, without asking you, is this all I can do? When you're making this beredus, you ask that. The rest of the time, you just do. And you wake yourself to do it, and then you can, the mouth should be working, help me want, and mechazik. But no self-doubts. Not that breaks you down. He says, of course, it's much easier to be mamshich all these tikkunim to everybody that comes together. Rosh Hashanah, by the Erev Hashanah, the Mishtach, the Rebbe's Keva, and this you make and over there you're begging with the Kodesh Baruch Hu and tremendous kesufim to Kodesh Baruch Hu and His Torah, and you're trying to bring upon yourself the illumination of this tzaddik, the Kerech HaTzaddik upon you. That is working during his lifetime, to be Yosef B'Tikon Nefashos, v'chule, B'ezrat Hashem. It works if you work it. And it says, and this is, and the reason why I have to look and search a lot for this Chacham is because even this, because this thing, to be able to mal and Nefashos, it requires tremendous amount of Chachma. Ki gam ha-Chacham be'atzmai, the Chacham himself, that action of taking up the nefashos and bringing down Torah cannot be done with one mental capacity. These are two mental capacities. Together, the fact that he gathers all the nefashos together, that's one mental capacity. And the fact that he elevates them and brings down Torah, that's second seichel, it's a separate seichel. That's the letter shin that has three heads. You have to do on the right side of tefillin shalosh. There's Chomim bin Adas. Over there, the Chasadim, the Gvuros, the Chasadim Gevuras are included in the Das. The Rebbe says in Torah, in Torah Hey, that Das is a combination of Chesed and Gvura. So when Chesed and Gvura are included in the Das, you have the Shin Shel Gimel Roshim on the right side. Chochmah Bina Das. The Shin Shel Arba Roshim. This is the Shin that has 4 heads on the left side of the film. It's also Chochmah Bina Das, but now the Das is divided into Chesed and Gvura. So the Maisa you have Chochmah Bina, and then you have Chesed and Gvura. You have the Das, but now it's split into 2. Shnei Shinim, these 2 shins in the film, Hem Shnei Sichlim. These are the 2 mental capacities that the Chacham uses to do what he needs to do. So you need to look for a Chacham that is such a Chacham that has 2 separate mental capacities. Once of this and once of that. It's like almost like saying that you need a Chacham who is able to be soft as a feather and hard as steel at the same time. You need somebody who has, it's like, it's almost like a dova veipucha. You have to be mekabes is one thing, and to bring him up and come down, it's a totally different thing. You need such a chacham who can do both. It's obviously, you don't find it in pants business. Pants, shirt business. You need to search. Hashem Yazor, B'ezrat Hashem. Tomorrow we'll see how all this is included in the Ma'aser of Rabbi Bachar.